Sure. Jan? Good evening, everyone. We'd like to welcome you to the EDC meeting here. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you for attending our second meeting of the month on June 22nd here, and I know it's been a real push because we've been all working very hard on our festival and organization of it, and I gotta say, our staff has done an amazing job, and I want to thank you all personally because everybody has gone out of their way to do the extra stuff to make this happen. Town manager, our town council, and our committee, and I'm very, very proud of you guys. So thank you all for that. Just a little opening remark there. If we can, we'd like to do a roll call. And I'll give that to... We'll do that.
Emily Warren.
Here.
Scott Bell.
Here.
Joe Barry.
Here.
Myself, Dave Beasold.
Here.
John DeYoung.
Here.
Kelly, not in. Town manager, Mr. Wizawati.
Here.
Jason Dravitt.
Yep.
Here.
Mike Aurelio.
Here.
Thank you very much. Kelly had another meeting tonight that she had to get to, so we miss her and thank her again for what she has done also. In front of you, we have minutes that were made for May 25th and June 8th, our special meeting minutes. And did everybody get a chance to review? Yep. So let's take our May 25th meetings, and I'd like to have any corrections or approval, and a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes of May 25th, 2022.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Emily. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That carries. And I'd also like our June 8th special meeting minutes. Have a motion to approve or corrections on this one.
I'll motion to approve.
All right, thank you, Joe. And do we have a second?
I'll second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved there. Thank you very much. All right. Real quick, under new and old business, I have been in contact with a restaurant that would possibly have some interest in coming to town, so that's good news. We do need our licensing approved by the state. I believe that is coming up in, do we know, is that July or August?
I believe, Joe, can you confirm this? That I think we're on track to have the waterfront district approved at the end of July.
End of July.
Does that sound right to you, Joe?
Okay. So then, when that gets approved, then I can go back to this client and then open up some negotiations or some talks on possibly coming here, but there's some interest in that. So
That would be great.
yeah, so we're excited about that. They did show some interest at being on 41 down closer by the shrine. So that's, and I think good things breed other good things. So if we get that first really good opportunity, I think it'll bring some other ones too. So I'm excited for the town and what that could possibly bring to our residents there. So that's on that. Festival discussion. Miss Cindy, you want to give us an update on where we're at as far as your itinerary, and then we'll go down our list on what we need to do and what we need to accomplish before the event.
Okay, so the agenda, I have a draft of the agenda. We still haven't confirmed if we will have military there to post colors. So that's still one item that we're not completed on yet. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you for helping. So we still, we're still, I don't know, do we have any update on that? On
Color guard, Mike?
color
do you think?
guard?
So so we've asked, the Air Force declined, the Army declined. We reached out to VFW, and they're having their meeting tonight.
Oh, great.
So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed they will say yes. I should have an answer tonight.
Wonderful.
And then we can accommodate them for however they want to do it. You know, I kind of just prepared this agenda, you know, if we wanted to publicize that. So maybe if we get a confirmation, we can get when they can post colors, and then it'd be up to them to retire them. I mean, what do you think?
I think that's a good idea.
Right? Yeah. Okay. You know, because if they're volunteering to help us, we want to accommodate them in their
Yes,
schedule and
yes.
stuff. So.
On the same track, the Army did ask, they request to have a table. They would like to
They're all
they'd
set.
like to attend. Oh, great.
Yeah, James Peterson,
Yes.
Sergeant James Peterson, yep, talked with him. They'll be there between like 2:45 and 3 o'clock, and they'll have a table inside the beer, family tent, beer tent.
Great. Thank you.
So, so if you look, you know, check over the agenda here. I called it the Food Fest part, where we have Welch's, Pascal's, the lunchbox, it's a truck, Pollyanna Cakes, Beeser's Gourmet Kettle Corn, and then you can add on there Kona Ice, please. We just found, they just confirmed today. And I'm sorry I didn't get to type this out, as just adding notes as they were coming in. So Kona Ice is added to that also. We had a meeting with Malt Brothers last week, met with Dan and Bruce there, and that's all going well. They're going to have their beer tent set up outside of our tent. We'll have flow with the police checking bands, police checking IDs. We'll need volunteers to help put on a ID band for those that are, you know, their IDs have been checked. So that's one of the areas for volunteers. But Malt Brothers will be taking care of the food part of Welch's, because that's a big day for them. So, but they're definitely working with us, so they'll take care
They're
of that.
going to set that up on June 30th, I believe, the tent?
This is, yeah, two different things, John.
Yep.
The actual big tent, yes, they're
Yeah.
setting up on June 30th. And then Welch's Malt Brothers will have their own little tent outside the beer tent.
Yep.
And that's where they'll flow the people in.
Very good.
The bouncing houses, we have that set. The band is set. We have a little update on the patriotic fun stuff and the kids' crafts. Our initial proposal was to sell these items, and we had found out recently that the person there to sell items needs to be bonded, and it would be like overtime and things. So if we have your approval, we were thinking of just giving that stuff away. Any thoughts on that? I was thinking of, you know, like whoever the volunteer is that's working with that, you know, we just get a stamp, a hand stamp or something for every item they get or something. So, you know, one family doesn't clean it out, but I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Is that true, Joe, that we needed this person bonded to do that?
That's correct. So with respect to the sale of any items that the town would be collecting money for, they would require, under the State Board of Accounts, to have a bonded individual there.
All right, so,
And then, of course, now you're talking additional overtime
yep.
and whatnot too. So it's a cost benefit thing. So for $600, it's probably just as well to give
All
it
right.
away.
And then why don't we give them to the littlest kids first?
Yeah.
And, you know, and then we'll
So
That's
how do you,
something that we'll have to work on for future
Right.
festivals to, but, all right, good.
Did anyone see that note from that one woman on the actual website that was some sort of glow?
yeah, she had contacted me after I had placed the order with Fun Express.
Okay.
So I'd been in contact with her and just, let her know. What my initial conversation with her was that I had already purchased the items. And then she said to follow up asking if we were considering her. And I just wrote back and said, I apologize, the items were already purchased. We'll definitely keep you in mind, appreciate your interest and keep you in mind for future events. It would have been nice to have her, but like I said, we already purchased the other stuff. So with this, do you have any preference on how this stuff is given away besides little kids? I didn't know if we wanted to do like a couple hour time frame where we give the craft stuff away, like the little necklaces and headbands and stuff that they can make. And then, like at another time frame, give away the patriotic, the glow stuff.
Yeah.
Break it up like that.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that should be closer to darkness,
Right.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
So maybe we'll change that for the patriotic stuff. Maybe if we do the kids' crafts, say 4 to 6, then maybe 7 to 9 do the glow sticks, or till we
6 to
run
8,
out.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I said or 6 to 8.
6 to 8. Okay,
Either
that
way.
works. 6 to 8, or till we run out. Okay.
You said 6 o'clock till 8 o'clock?
6 till 8, yes, John, for the patriotic fun stuff. And then the kids' crafts will be 4 to 6. Midwest, I met with Eileen, talked with her on the phone a few times, and then met with her in person yesterday. And Midwest is going to open from 5 till 9, unlimited access for open gym and open skate. It'll be $30 a child. We're going to have one of the garage sale signs that just says Midwest Open for Midwest Open Skate and Open Gym, pay at the door.
Yeah.
So then
Very
they
good.
can figure out how they want to handle that. Pascal's, going back to Pascal's for a second, they are still debating on how they want to handle their sales. What Eileen is dealing with, as most people, is having double staff. If she had people outside in a table, she needs staff out there that would need to go in and purchase the items inside, so she'd have to have staff there too. So she's trying to figure out what will work for her staff and having staffing and stuff. Along
She
with
has
him.
If she can get a big enough sign out there, pizza available for purchase inside,
Yeah.
So we
that would
just,
probably work.
Scott and I just talked about doing another sign that said Pascal's with the did you have a chance to order that yet?
I did, and she just sent me the proofs later this afternoon, which I can send you a proof for all the signs. But yeah, she had that in there.
So how do you, because I just had Pascal's Pizza with like an arrow. If we can maybe add on there, that's a good idea, Rob, to just add on there, pizza available for purchase inside or something, to that. That would be great. Thank you. The live band, we'll go into the setup in a second, but, and then fireworks, we're making sure that they're all secure. And then the Army table with Sergeant James. And then I just added the family games that we talked about, bringing like the games that EDC would like to share, families to play. So that's the agenda part.
Did you say we're publishing this agenda?
We wanted to. We're still, as
Yeah.
we get it completed, then we have a change again. So I don't know, what are your thoughts? To keep it as general as we have it right now? And maybe I update it on the website? Or how do we want to do this? Because we were going to put it in the water bill again, right? Do we want to be more detailed?
We want to make sure we have a good timeline. We want to make sure it's cohesive and it flows properly, that it's not going to change from the time we deliver it to the time the
That's
day
my
happens.
concern, yeah.
Or there's as little change as possible,
Right.
so.
And with respect to the water bill, it's not going to go in the water bill. The issue is that we feel that the water bill and the timing of people getting that water bill would have been like too soon, too fast, if you will. So we opted not to do that and use the dollars to spend on signs or whatever else. Because we did spend a lot on the last one, and I think it just might have, I think it was enough right now, and I think there's enough buzz out there right now.
Okay.
So I think another one would have just been throwing good dollars after a bad marketing.
Okay.
Maybe we put up it on, the website.
On the Facebook page.
Yeah.
If we update it on there.
Yeah.
The event's over 1,000 people looking at now, or, 1,100 people, so it's grown pretty healthily.
I think that would be your number one question to answer online, is they're gonna say, what's going on and when?
Right.
Yeah.
So the more information that you can give them, I think the better off we're gonna be, because we can kind of cut it off at the pass and have as much information out, so they may know, hey, we can go for the kids' events, have something to eat,
Yep.
and have some sort of their own personal schedule. Because I doubt you'll see tons of people there from start at 3 o'clock all the way through 10. They're gonna come in
Right.
stages.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So what are your thoughts, if the VFW can come, what are your thoughts of a time frame to post colors? In my head, I had when it starts, but I understand that's a slow time also. So I didn't know if we wanted to kick it off that way.
Let's just see what they can do for us first.
Okay,
You know,
'cause
Mike
we-
will find that out tonight, so.
Okay, and then, because we'll need that so we can share with Jason to put on Facebook and
As soon
things.
as I know.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
All righty.
How we doing on volunteers?
I have one. Besides,
Is that you?
well, that's two. Oh, and my
That's
daughter,
two.
that's three.
Well, you got me.
Got four.
Yeah, I get
three.
I got 6 from my family. so
I
yeah.
have, I just happen to have a sign-up sheet with me.
Yeah, good.
Oh, perfect.
Just happen to have, I have Joe and Jan on there. I have them on there, but I could pass this around if you want to help. If there's an area that you want to help with, please. I've reached out to, Suncrest Church has responded.
Yeah.
That they're working on getting some volunteers. They asked how many. I said as many as you can get us,
I
please.
told him 100 at first.
Oh, awesome. Yes.
Yeah, he almost had a heart attack. Yeah.
Okay. So
They
you
will
break
take
that-
half.
Break that down to like 95 or, yeah.
Okay, we'll take 20.
We'll take whatever. So, and then I've reached out, I'm trying to get through to a young man that's at Lake Central, that's in drama over there, that, to see if he can round up some of his buddies and give me a contact to their like student council and stuff. So I'm working on that. The other churches didn't respond, with no offense to them. They just, St. John the Evangelist has their own fest coming up. So, as that's, I think that's, in my thought, the only soft area we have here is the volunteers. I think we're pretty solid on what we're going to do.
Now,
You know what I'm
if the VFW has some issues with that, did we try the Boy Scouts?
And this too. I mean, that didn't really
Yes.
show up on a
Okay, I
smaller
can
site.
reach
I mean, well,
Yeah.
we
I
can-
don't have a contact of the Boy Scouts, but that's another
Yeah,
good
when they
idea.
see
I mean,
Right.
they would love to do that to earn a badge.
Correct,
And
Because in the past.
that's their service work too, so I think
Where this
if we,
is
as sooner
gonna have to
we
find it.
can,
It's
get in
not-
touch
it's
with
not
them.
really- doesn't really stand
also.
out like this does.
That'd be
And,
great.
The red background really makes
Okay,
And
we'll
if
wait.
the
I
VFW
think
is
that's
there,
my
then they can take up behind them and as an honor guard, so to speak. And it would be impressive to show that, start to
Generations working
finish,
together.
generational thing. It'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
That would be nice. Okay, we'll talk tomorrow, and
Okay.
I'll, in the meantime, tomorrow morning,
Yeah.
reach out, try to find
Sounds good.
scouts.
A quick question about the volunteers. So just for my own family, I know we had cut off the age at, I think it was 16, we cut off the age at. Well, one of my one son is 15, and we were going to come and volunteer as a family. Is there a mechanism for him to come and help out too? I certainly don't want to leave him at home. I'd like to put him to work.
I don't see a problem with that.
But there's a mechanism to do that.
I think it's adult supervision. I mean, quite honestly.
Yeah, Especially
the
when
dad,
families.
Yeah, I'm gonna make them, I just wanna make sure it's acceptable to the committee and. for
Forced
the-
volunteers.
And we're not carding these
Festival.
volunteers, right? I mean,
Right.
Forced volunteers, I like it.
My daughter and
If he was
her-
doing it
unless
by
they're in a
himself,
beer
that would
tent,
be an
maybe, and they
issue.
look
yeah.
21.
Yeah, right. So you'd be okay if he, obviously, we wouldn't be off serving beer, of course not, right? So, yeah, some sort of supervised.
I'd say my daughter and her 11-year-old and 8-year-old twins offered to come to set up and put signs out and stuff. I told them they could come. Is that okay? I mean,
Yep.
it's before the event, before the
Yes.
beer tents and stuff. But I said, yeah, as many people as we can have help. I fear they can do something. So I think that's fine.
Sounds
What time do you want us there, Cindy?
I was
I
thinking
mean, because
12-ish.
I'll spend the whole day there.
Right, does
do whatever I
12-ish
have to do.
sound good to everybody? You know, I don't.
Come as you can, but I mean,
Yeah.
you have family day, there's people that are at church and things, so, you know, after your lunch or whatever, come stop in.
We met with Public Works yesterday and police and fire and our new park guy. And the tent is gonna be set up on the 30th, so that gives Public Works plenty of time to get the picnic tables in there and rope off the area and stuff. So we're hoping to do as much prior to the day, you know, so maybe the day of, the only thing I could think of is, first of all of us reviewing if we see any area that needs attention.
And do we have assigned parking for us to kind of go in and out if we got to run somewhere?
Right.
I want to make sure that we got a spot there by the,
I believe we can park near the Public Works building.
Yeah.
I will confirm that.
Yeah,
I know that has to be open for emergency
well,
vehicles
if we
and
got to,
things.
if we got to run out and get something for
Right.
the festival, I mean, it'd be nice to not fight that traffic. 'Cause-
Right.
And,
Okay.
you know, I don't know if we need a little, like a little sign in the window or something that it's
One of
okay.
those sticky, lights, put it on there like.
There you go, yeah.
Mars
Like
light.
chips or whatever it was. on top.
But I mean, if that's okay with Parks
I'll
and
confirm
the
that.
council,
with-
it's,
Now that we're talking about that with Parks and Public Works, we should check to see if we could use the outfields in the softball area to park cars. Because there's going to be, softball's going to be done. We're in tournament week right now.
Yeah.
So that means after this week, there's nothing going on. And as long as we can get a couple of the gates open and have somebody directing parking in those outfields, we could probably put 40 cars in each outfield. And there's
Good
4.
idea. As long as they would be okay with us not, as long as they didn't wreck the fields and we're okay.
In the ball fields, no,
No?
I don't think that's going to be doable.
How about around them?
No, actually, the police department has the parking lot that's across the street from there, so they will close off and guide folks across the street there on White Oak. There's a large open field that the town owns they're gonna use that for their overflow parking. So once the parking lot's full, they'll direct people over to that area.
So they're going to close that off?
Right, residents are not going to be allowed to park at all on the street along White Oak Avenue. White Oak Avenue will be closed off, I think, at 105th. That where they're going to have that closed off over at 105th.
So your access point's gonna be from 109th?
So so basically you're going to be coming either from the north or south to get to the location. So we're going to put out traffic alerts to residents to let them know that at this time it's going to be closed. So during the fireworks and all of that, basically that area is going to be closed off. So they're not going to let traffic coming into the location. You can only leave out of the location.
So what about for workers?
Well, hopefully
we park there for the games.
yeah.
You could probably fit 40 cars there.
Where are you specifically? Zoom in over here where it says Heartland Park.
Yeah, you see Heartland Park, you see the 4 diamonds?
Yeah, you're talking like right up in here?
Yeah.
Yeah. That might be, yeah.
To your
Right
right,
of the mouse.
to your right.
Zoom in right.
Between the
Keep
fields.
going right.
Keep going right.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah,
go left.
I know what you're talking about now. I thought you were
See
talking
where-
about in the outfields.
those
I'm like,
trees
oh, hell
are?
no. Right.
There's about 40 spots
Yeah,
over there.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the senior
Not by the
field.
diamonds there, between
Can
the
you zoom in
diamonds.
Between the senior field and the 4
In between the
diamonds
parks.
that look like they
So
have
right in
no
this area.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go, right in this area. Yeah. There's a little detention pond right over here,
Yeah,
and
over there, right.
people just go over here and park.
All right, yeah.
They go up back in here.
The only issue with this is
When you said outfields, I'm like, oh, you're not parking in the ball fields.
it's like one lane in and
Yeah.
out, but you just,
Yeah, but I think we can contain, no, north of that, so.
No, that
See
right
where
there
your arrow's
where
at?
you're, where you,
Keep
where
following
you're,
here. No, go back
no,
up.
right
See,
there.
keep
There's,
going up,
yeah, you
up,
can
up,
park
up,
cars
up, keep
all the
going
way
up,
to there.
All the way back up to there, yeah.
Yep.
So you drive on a sidewalk to get to that area?
Yeah, that's
Kind
all.
of.
No,
It's
a-
one
it's a
lane,
driveway.
kinda.
So it's a service road.
Probably need the
it's a
parking,
service
so yeah, if you get allowed to park there, why not, right?
Let's hope that's a problem we have.
Right.
I hope we gotta use that.
But if you go over to the right, Jason, to that other area, so there's a little pathway that goes around over here. They're gonna have this as a crossover area from the pathway to, east of White Oak Avenue. You know, over there. Keep going. There you go. You're in there.
Yeah,
That's
that's
where
a
the
nice
other-
big area too.
That's where I was gonna say farmer's market. Oh my goodness. The community garden is at.
Right.
So that'll be used for overflow parking. So if we have that problem where those are both full, we know next year we're gonna have it up on the north end, so, yeah, planning.
Okay.
Very good.
Hey, well, going down your list, sponsorships, Emily?
Yeah, so we're at a total, like between monetary and non-monetary, total of 20 sponsors, which is a big jump from, I think, a couple weeks ago we were at 7. So really exciting. Breakdown: 1 platinum, 3 gold, 6 silver, 3 bronze, and then 8 kind of other or non-monetary donations. So, you know, like Welch's, Pascal's, Midwest. So I think that's really exciting. Now we're working on getting all of the logos. I know Kelly was kind of taking the lead on that. I think we have most of
I
them.
think she had just about all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will we
So-
put R&D on there too?
Yes.
Yep.
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's just like in kind for their
Right,
service.
right.
Yeah.
And then we'll get those over to Jason to to help get them on the Facebook page and the town website.
Who did this again?
I'm working on that with R&B.
Okay, 'cause if you could get me that, that would be great.
Yep.
That would save me duplication of a lot of work.
I think
Any
that's,
questions? Any?
I think
I think
it's,
that signage looks sharp.
yeah.
Yes.
It looks excellent.
Yeah,
And
do we have a total
So-
of the amount of
Yeah.
sponsorships?
So
Dollar-wise?
dollar-wise, 14,750 is where we're at now.
It's a nice start
That's great.
for something that we
First year.
That's right.
just kicking off, so that's a great start.
Yeah, and I mean, one of our goals was to provide visibility to local businesses and to be, you know, getting sponsors from 20
Got a
local
few signs
businesses.
in
I think
front of
that's
my
awesome.
business.
I
I
saw
noticed
that.
that. I did notice. They're multiplying by the day. I noticed that as well.
And I think, we're talking about
We have a lot of people that stop at that light, so I
Let them
to
see.
get 'em.
we're talking about the goals too, and I mean,
Yeah,
when we first were discussing even having something like this, the main goal was to increase the foot traffic in town so that we could bring businesses in town so we can generate more tax dollars.
right.
But I think that can't be forgotten too.
Yep.
And I think we'll achieve this as time goes on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, our beer vendor, Malt Brothers is,
We're good with that.
we're good with them, so that, okay. And then,
Do we have the ice truck?
We're working on that. We're still working on that. We can't get a nice truck. Bruce from Malt Brothers and I have been still making phone calls trying to get a nice truck, so as of today, still no.
Yeah, because I'm going to be like camped out in the ice truck, just so you know.
Okay, you need a
'Cause it'll
spot?
probably be 500 degrees and, yeah.
So yes, I'm sorry, we're still working on that.
right, well, I know that a lot of the members here will be there noonish, and then after, shortly after their family time or whatever, they'll be there, so I'll make sure I'm there at noon. Okay?
Likewise.
Yep. if we can just follow up with the Boy Scouts, maybe that would be another viable option for us on that. All righty. Well, it's going to happen, everyone. This is, I'm very excited for the town and the residents that they're going to, it'll be a nice day for everyone. We just hope we have good weather,
What,
right?
John?
Yes.
Pray for good weather.
Yep.
John, I did want to clarify
Signage? Yep.
the banners and how
Yeah.
how to utilize them, how many we need. So I got two proofs of recognizing the sponsors. One for like a 4x6 sign that we can hang in the tents,
All right.
kind of recognizing the gold, silver, and platinum sponsors. And then maybe a larger 4x12 with all of the sponsors on it.
Okay.
And I thought maybe we do a thank you at the entrance, maybe have one close to the band stage, and then the 4x6 signs maybe hang in the tent.
Yeah. Can you get something on the way out too, when cars leave? Little sign there that,
Maybe a large one at the entrance going in and out,
yeah,
right?
maybe that would be good, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, the residents will see that and hopefully they support.
Did we want to add Freedom Fest on here? Or just leave it as thank you to our sponsors?
Yeah, we should
We
play it.
can.
Yeah, I think so. If you can fit it on there. it
Yeah.
doesn't take a- Yeah, that would be nice.
We also need to make sure for Platinum, which is sent to your bank, that the band announces that from the stage. Thanks them from the stage. That was one of the,
We should do. Yeah, we should have both bands. So anytime anybody's up
Yes.
for any reason, thanking them.
Thanks our sponsors, especially sent to your banks.
Yep.
All right, good enough. You did a nice job on this, Scott, too. I know you spent a lot of work running,
Yeah.
chasing, so thank you.
No problem.
Yeah.
one other question, photography. I think it would be good to at least, we don't need a professional photographer necessarily, but like have somebody assigned to take photos. I think that'll help with marketing in the future.
Great
To
idea.
your point, Emily, I've talked to someone locally here. I'm going to pass it out. This is a proposal to do just that. This is a video photography company out of Crown Point. They do work with the Chamber of Commerce. They're locally online. You can find them. They have, they make videos for marketing. As if you read it there, it says, anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute and a half promo video. This is something not only for the town for future references, but just in an event to be able to highlight it at any point in time. You know what I mean? As we post it on our own Facebook page and along them lines. So this is something that, in talking to different people from the area, is beneficial to us.
Yeah.
You know, because to be able to go on the Facebook page and have a link where you get a minute, and they have a drone, and they have professional operators that can fly over, and so you can get all different, you can get both on the ground and drone footage. They're, like I said, they're a professional company. If you look them up on, you know, on Facebook or the local 219, you'll see some of the stuff that they've done. But, yeah, in talking to them, it sounded like it would be something that we would need to help market this for future.
And I'd actually like to meet with them because one of the things I want to know that we're going to be working on is an economic development marketing campaign.
Sure.
So as part of that campaign,
I can make that happen.
a professional video would be appropriate.
Yeah, I have a contact person. I can make that happen.
That would be perfect.
Uh,
And
we-
showing the community
we
events and
also
stuff like that would be
have a
great.
past member, Bill Keith,
Yeah.
that does that too, and he lives here in town.
Right, so what I would like to do is see if they would not only do this, but all of the upcoming events that we've got coming up too.
Well, I know they work
So-
really good with the Chamber of Commerce of Crown Point, because
Yeah.
that's where they're located in Crown Point.
Yeah.
But I have some local knowledge of the people that are involved there, so I mean, I can make that contact. I can have them contact you.
Yeah, that would be
And
fantastic.
I get, you know, because I think for $500, which they're
Well,
proposing, I think
that's
that.
a very modest
I
price.
think that's a no-brainer, because the thing is, they're gonna take hours of footage and then bring it down editing-wise.
That's the work.
Right, right, that's
That's
the
really
work,
the
the
work is
30-minute,
the
you know,
edit, yeah.
and if we wanted it, a minute and a half or 2 minutes or whatever, however we wanna work that out, I'm sure I can make that happen, so, I mean.
Well, that's fantastic. I really appreciate that, because that's something exactly what I was looking to do.
and
Not
I-
necessarily for this event, but just for.
Well, I think this company, because they've been around for a while there, and they're right here in our backyard, they could do us good in other venues, and
Yeah.
other, and other things, so.
Yeah, no, that's great.
All right, so I'd like to, if you reviewed that, then I'd like to have a motion to have this expense.
I'll make it.
All right, I need a second.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes, thank you. All right, so we'll get them on a book.
Yep,
stage
no, I will make that,
And then for the future too, you do have a past EDC member that does the same type of stuff.
Right.
Nice to get a couple prices on it. so
Right.
For your.
Yeah.
I just, and Joe's right, if we're going to promote even our river walk and some of these other things, that this
Yep.
is the direction we need to go.
Well,
as far
and
as-
what I'm more interested in is engaging someone that can start doing the video of all the events, the high school games, stuff like that, just to kind of promote the town of
Correct.
St. John in an economic development fashion. That's kind of what I'm looking at.
Good.
I'm sure these guys can make,
3%.
Right,
taxpayers
right.
here.
I'm sure these guys can make it happen.
Yeah, so, and to, your point too, obviously, we'll take a look at other companies, and maintain that.
Yep. That's all we got for tonight. Cindy, you want to do a follow-up?
And I have one more thing too, after she's
Yeah.
done.
Cindy?
Go ahead, okay. Just wanted to share that when we met with police, that they have to be the ones that check IDs. So anybody volunteering at the beer tent would be ones that would be putting bans on people.
So we're gonna print.
fine.
And then I had sent out an email, and I hope I sent it to everyone, that my thought was that we would want to invite all administration to
Yep.
come to our event. Do we
Yep.
all approve of that?
Yep.
Like a little group
Yep.
email? Okay.
Jason can get that out to all departments.
thoroughfares in town.
Gotcha.
Looks
good.
And then I think, Scott, you want to decide on which one of these, right?
Right, we were just talking.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I mean, they're
Okay.
basically the same. It's just a matter of, what we consider. I kind of liked,
Yeah.
when they first did this, they didn't have our food, beer tent, live bands, kids' activities on it at all. I said, somehow we got to highlight that. And this was their first rendition. When I first looked at it, I thought, I wasn't quite sure, so she did this. But they're, essentially the same, I guess. Same information for sure,
I
so.
still like the
lot
one.
cleaner.
The red does kind of stand out a little bit
cleaner.
more.
Oh, it is
Okay,
cleaner, it says.
I like that too.
Yep.
Yep,
okay.
That was easy. I printed
that
those
was
for you.
easy enough, huh?
Yeah, so you guys could have those for tonight.
Then, Joe, you got something else?
Yeah, I'd like to have, or introduce Sergio Mendoza, who's going to be kind of our staff liaison to the Economic Development Commission. He is going to be working very hard on, as our Economic Development Coordinator, also Building and Planning, and he's going to wear many hats. This is one of many, but he's going to be working with each of you and collectively as a body to kind of, steer things and make sure that we're going the right way with economic development, bringing a lot of the economic development, opportunities and discussions here in this format. So just want to introduce Sergio. So if you have anything to say, feel free.
No, we're in good hands.
Yeah, well, no, I don't know, I hope so. I'll try. I'll work hard to make sure you guys are. So. No, like I said, I've been with the town 16 months next week, and 20 years experience in building planning and, working through economic development and tying everything together, so I'm kind of excited to bring those skills and put them into St. John here with you guys, so I appreciate it.
Great.
Great.
And
So,
we've,
yeah, he'll be working on.
Most of us have worked with Sergio.
Yeah,
in the
yeah, and
past.
he'll be putting together, working on getting the agenda and stuff together with staff here as well. So, he's gonna be our point man, if you will.
That'd be great, so.
Well, welcome aboard, Sergio.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike.
Maybe I got one last thing as well.
Yes, sir.
To add. We have, I know everybody knows about the concerts in the park in Lake Hills. We had a cancellation for Prime July. So Cindy and myself, we worked quickly, because time was of the essence, to kind of try to fill that spot. So what we've put together so far is kind of like a much less scaled down version of this Freedom Fest in Lake Hills. So we're going to do Malt Brothers, a beer garden there, and it's called Rockology, a cover band there on July 23rd on Saturday. And is it appropriate to have EDC help us market that as well? It's kind of like we did a nice job with this Freedom Fest, just to, it's much lower scale than what we did here. But I want to maybe ask your flavor, or John, your flavor of kind of, we put the big pieces together, but there's all the small pieces that need to get together also.
We're gonna have to talk about it, so.
Well, in theory, that would happen before our next meeting, technically.
July 23rd, right, so, so could we maybe do some stuff in the background here to kind of help that along, John? And Sergio.
Oh, my. We got a lot on our plate, Mike.
So, I didn't want to mention that we were kind of almost in the clear for this, so,
You waited till the last minute on that one.
so, food for thought.
Yeah, all right. Well, we'll, I guess we'll just talk about that and try to
And
see
maybe-
what we can do to help.
Yeah, maybe just as, maybe create a flyer, send it to you guys, and just send it out to everybody you know. Like, it's like it well attended. It's not gonna be quite anywhere like the lift of this.
Yeah.
So, but really, part of it's getting the word out.
Right. So we need to meet before this happens, so do you have an idea, everyone, that,
So it's July 23rd, so,
I mean, you wanna do it, boy, the 23rd is just gonna, that's a Saturday. I mean, we really should be meeting, that
really
Fourth
wanna
of
meet
July
on the 6th,
week,
probably
but, I can't ask this committee to do that.
I understand that. So.
Yeah, so,
So maybe if you guys are okay with me working with Sergio, maybe the committee doesn't quite have to have their hands on this.
yep.
Yeah.
If you guys are okay with them using some of those assets.
Yeah, yeah, and then we'll help. It's a, whoever wants to volunteer to help on that, I think
so.
they'll be in touch with you to
Great.
do that.
So maybe
but-
put that on your calendar, everybody, and
Yep,
look for maybe an email
Yep.
for help a little bit.
yep, yep, and
Okay.
obviously I'll try to do what I can too for you. So. All right.
Sounds good.
Yeah, it's a lot to just get this off the ground, and I think this committee has done an amazing job. I'm very proud of all the work they've done, so thank you again. And need a motion to adjourn?
I'll make it.
Yeah, second?
Second?
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Hi.
Aye.